going on YouTube? So today, just like I promised a few weeks ago, I'm going to discuss my drag slash, and it's stock. It's got stock electronics, stock chassis. I've not altered the chassis in any way, and well, I guess about the only way to get you guys in here and get you guys checking it out is to let you guys see it. So here you go. Alright guys, so no, I know this is not the best angle. I am waiting on a tripod and a camera. Well, 2 tripods and a camera should be coming in here pretty soon, next week or so maybe. So anyway, let me just kind of dig into what I've got done, and what I'm noticing after I've run this for a little while. So this is my stock drag slash, and by stock I mean I'm running the stock ESC, the stock motor, stock chassis, non-altered. So I bought this for I don't remember, $4.99 I think it was before tax, 500 bucks. And I bought it and started running it straight out of the box, and the tires, well, there's one of the tires there. You really see it's not belted. So being not belted, it balloons and it wears the center of your tires out. Now, these are some testing tires. They're not something that I run on the strip or in any kind of competition, anything. I do have the Exotek rear carbon fiber, if you guys can see that, carbon fiber rear shock mount. I do suggest you buy the Pro line body mounts after this. This is the Traxxas set, and I still had to drill extra holes in the bed of my body. If you see that, these two, this one and this one are the stock, and I had to drill these two back here. It still works, but there is quite a bit of rake because the stock body mount positions were actually down a lot lower. So I do still have to change my carbon to the carbon fiber front shock mount, which I'm going to do before too long. I do notice, I don't know if you guys can see that, I do notice the front shocks are leaking. These are the GTR front, Traxxas GTR front shocks all the way around with the, if you can see that, if they're the red springs up front, the blue springs in back. And the reason I was running the GTR front shocks front and rear is they when I started out, they told me they wanted that I should limit the amount of travel in my shocks. You don't want it to you don't want them to move very much. This one you just want to limit down. Well, I should probably limit it to where my chassis don't smack the ground. I'm going to end up pulling, I think I've got 6mm limiters all the way around on this one, and I think I'm going to pull all 6 of the limiters out of this to make sure that when I hammer the throttle and this rocks back, and I'm pulling the limiters out of the back too, so when I hammer the throttle and this lifts back, that I can still steer my truck. Now that's a big thing with me right now, is when I hammer it off the line in this truck, it likes to pull the front wheels off the ground, and when it does so, I cannot control it. But excuse me. That is right now. That is, you know, I'm gonna get ready to go through it on the low C as well. And all I'm gonna do is I'm going to limit these shocks to where they don't. Well, I mean, if you look at this one, when I bring this up, it comes up all the way, but it only drops to where it's level. Apparently, you want lighter weight. This is what I was told. That you want like a 50 or 60 weight in the rear, and 15, 20 the weight in the front, and some light spring rate. That way you can actually set the car down and it settle. Is that true? I don't know. I'm going to test it and figure it out. Some people run them that way and run really great. Some of them don't. Another thing that I've got done to this, well, I mean, if you guys can see here, I've got weight. Pretty sure it's let's see, I don't even know, are these ounces or, anyway, I've got 10 of these on here. They're the Pro, I think they're Pro line branded. I haven't really done anything other than the GTR front shocks or short shocks all the way around. I haven't really done anything to this this setup. I've got like I said, stock chassis, Exotek rear shock mount. I've got the Exotek front shock mount, which when I pull these apart and figure out why they're leaking and refill them and clean them up and everything, these will be I will go ahead and change that out. One thing I do suggest everybody changing out is the plastic steering arms. Apparently they're a very easily broken part. Also, it helps with your steering stability. Let's see, come on around here. So back here, like I said, I've got I do have an Esc Fan. If you guys didn't see that, I'll show you guys that real quick. So with this setup, it actually gets fairly warm. Turn it that way so you guys can kind of see. It does get pretty warm, so I stuck an Esc Fan on there, so it helps keep it cool. I am running the Hot Racing 76 with my, I don't have a slipper eliminator in it yet, but I do have my slipper tightened down almost all the way. I do have a 36 tooth. This is running 48 pitch. I am running a 36 tooth right now. I have got a 37 tooth that I will be putting in it. Now, something that you got to watch for when you start excuse me, when you start getting outside of what Traxxas puts in the box stock, like this here, I had to change these screws. I don't know if you can see what I'm pointing at here. These motor screws, this one here. So the ones that are on it, if you don't change them, they connect with any larger pinion. So I had to change that out. And I believe, honestly, I went with a shoulder type screw. I don't think they're shoulder screws. I think they've got a small lip on the back side. and that actually keeps them from sitting all the way flush. And they're missing my pinion gear, and they're tight. They're missing my pinion gear, but they're real close. So there's that. I am going to end up going to the Exotek motor plate, because it's slotted further and you can move your, you can fit bigger pinions and stuff in here. I do suggest you guys buy a slotted motor plate for the Losi, and most definitely, especially if you're going to run the Castle system. Let me pull out my stock motor plate here, see if it's in here, and I'll show you guys. It's not a horrible setup, but for the Castle, with it being, or the Castle 6400, with it being a little bit bigger, it is harder to get bigger pinions to fit. There it is. If I can get this back in here, I'll show you. I'm sorry guys, I'm having some sinus issues today. Anyway, so this is my Losi motor plate, and if you see, I had to take a file and kind of file these ends out a little bit. The Exotek motor plates, this one and the one for the drag slash, they come slotted, pretty well skeletonized, and they're freaking amazing. So I suggest that for both of these rigs, especially if you're going to competition run them. I wouldn't go all out on all the aluminum A-arms front and rear. I mean, you can, but quite honestly, it's not, in my opinion, unless you're going 70 or 80 mile an hour, that's not worth it. You might as well just keep these and just buy an extra set or two before a track day. I've never broke one on this or my Losi. I have on my Slash Ultimate, but not on any of these. Let's see what else. I'm running the Exotek wheelie bar. I did end up tweaking it. You guys can see that wheel. It's not moving right now. It's actually leaned in really hard. I gotta fix that. Yeah, other than that, I've not done really anything. I'm going to go through and put new bearings through the whole thing, and eventually I would like to figure out how to remount my ESC and receiver to the center, and I want to go kind of an outlaw and cut the wings off this chassis. And by wings, I mean you see them being done with a DRK, or not the DRK, the DR10. Anyway, they cut everything but this piece out, so they cut all this off, which shaves weight, and ultimately you can't run it in a stock drag slash class anymore. But even with that, it's it's more of a personal preference. You want to keep this. This is a very capable car. It's running, like I said, my GNSS is saying it's running about a 3.02. The track, when I went, and I run the exact same setup. I've not changed this car a bit. But when I took it and run this setup, it was running a 2.34, I think was the fastest time it ran at the track. And the fastest time on the Losi was like a 2.24. So I don't know. The GNSS is saying that the Losi's running in between 2.8 and 2.9, and this one's running right at 3.0, 3.05. So take it what it's worth. They're both very well matched, and this is a stock system. This is the Millennium 3500. If you are going to buy an RTR car, I would suggest, I'm going to buy, I've already bought the not the Losi RTR, but I bought the Losi chassis. But the Losi RTR ends up coming out with, or it comes with a 6500 kV motor. Honestly, my 4-pole Castle is a 6400, so it's got a lot of potential. That system's got a lot of potential. Gear mesh is a little loose. Yeah, so that's a very capable, straight out the box, buy some belted tires for it and run them. But this car is, like I said, this one, both of them run straight, this and my Losi. But this one, to me, runs better. It's more consistent. The Losi is a very consistent speed car, but if you get on any kind of a different surface than, you know, a nice smooth thing to even try to test and tune, it is extremely hard to get to go straight. I am trying to figure out what I want to do about transmitters. I don't think I want to use this for my vehicles anymore, and I don't have the money for a Sanwa M17 or a Futaba 7PXR. So ultimately, I've got to try to figure out something that I can afford that will do what I can, or do what I need it to. So I apologize if this was a little windy. Oh, shock, hold on, sorry guys. So shocks, rear shocks, I've got 80 weight Traxxas. It says rear right there, it's how I know. And then my front one, I've got the Traxxas regular shock oil, which is 30 weight. I will be dropping the front weight down, I believe. I think I'm gonna go with like a 10 to 15 weight in the front, and see if I can't get it to be a little softer, be a little nicer. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna try to test and tune on this as much as I can and keep you guys up to date with what's going on. So like any other time, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to know. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to know or see, and I will continue to post videos and updates, everything that I change and how it does. I'll actually try, I don't know about tomorrow, but Tuesday I'll try to get out and do some testing and tuning, and I'll do some runs with you guys, so you guys can see how these cars are running. I did end up getting some prep. This is some decent prep. This is Pimp Juice. It's not bad. It's, I mean, I don't know, guys. You just you let me know. Let me know what you guys want to do, what you want to see. If you want to see me install and readjust my shocks and everything else, then I'll do it. But thank you guys very much. Please like, comment, subscribe. Really helps out the channel. You guys have a good day. Yeah.